going to begin with our sacred ceremony, recognizing the space we're in, the date we're honoring. And to take us through this sacred ritual, I will ask artist 𝒕𝒓𝒆🏐, and I will ask the audience to walk along with him as we journey from location to location as part of the opening ceremony and the sacred ceremony. You can follow this artist. Yeah, you can rise and shine. It's interactive.
We're going to the gateway, the opening. Today, helping to facilitate that, a bit of a or Babalawo. I'm just a descendant of our body. And I think as a descendant, it is our duty to engage with the memories of our ancestors and how they connect with us. So what we have here today is kind of a bridge to that, where we would like to have a moment of silence at the doorway to the ancestral realm of this plantation estate. Our ancestors knew these spirits of the gateway by the name Elegba or Eshu. In Catholicism, it is syncretized with Saint Anthony or Saint Jude. This is the spirits that we greet first before we communicate with our ancestors today. So please have a moment of silence as we welcome the ancestors to join us.
You continue to walk with Lisandro.
It just so happens that this year, Emancipation Day falls on a Wednesday. This is Wednesday, right? Yes, on Wednesday, which is our ancestral day of Oya, the spirit of the wind, syncretized with St. Bridget. Now, what is the spirit of the wind is that the bodies are formed of air, and that this is why it's over the ancestral spirits. When you and Oya of symbolized with red during the Haitian Revolution, 1790. Haitian ancestors, they asked the spirit them to win the, and this was actually that can be seen with Saint Bridget. No, it was 𝒕💍💐, 𝒕💍💐 Rouge, and she was a feminine that actually helped to fight for freedom. It's also associated with the color red and with our flamboyant or fiery flame. So also a moment of silence for the windy spirits that helps us to gain our freedom and the windy bodies of our ancestors. You see me throwing popcorn. So what this symbolizes is the cleaning. In some places in the diaspora, we use the popcorn to cleanse the space. But also, it is the food for the spirits of the crossroads. So, capital Senegal that is the most western tip of the African that points directly at the Caribbean. Now, the name Dakar is Wolof for tamarind tree. Tamarind is also an Arabic word, or is derived from Arabic 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓, which means date palm from India. So this is an ancestral tree of the Afro-Asian continent that carries memories from it all the way from India until the westernmost point or tip of the African continent, Senegal, and is brought to us here in the Caribbean. Now, what is interesting is that where this tree comes from, it is said to be the home of the jinn, and here it is the home of the Jumbis. So here's an interesting syncretism again. Trees like this are also associated with bridges again for the ancestral realm. It is the spaces where our ancestors rested, our ancestors shared stories, but also where our ancestral matriarch sorceresses would venture into the spirit realm to attain knowledge for healing or to see what other people are doing. But what is interesting to recognize today, and that's what I would like us to ruminate on in our moments of silence, is how this tree is actually a core component of the monument sites, because it is what stores the memories of those who are invisible. It is their resting place. St. Martin is full of unmarked graves of our ancestors, and what we have left are often the sites that have been inhabited by those who have tried to oppress us. And it is spaces like these that keep those memories alive of those that often go unheard or who are spoken for. So with this in mind, I would like to keep a moment of silence and reverence for this tamarind tree, this ancestral gateway. Thank you for your moment of silence, and thank you to the ancestors for hosting us today. Have a happy Emancipation Day.
Everyone can make their way back to their seats in this moment of reverence and reflection. If your seat a little dusty, that's Oya sprinkling some of her energy around. So we continue with the official welcome. I begin with President of Parliament, the Honorable Sarah Westcott-Williams, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luc Marcelina, the Honorable Members of Parliament, Honorable Council of Ministers, Honorable Members of the High Council of State, Secretary Generals of Government, High Councils of State, advisory bodies of St. Martin, all department heads, special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 163rd Emancipation Day observation and celebration. And I'm very specific by saying Emancipation because when I spoke to the older heads, when I was doing the panel research, they say Emancipation. So I'd like to introduce that word into our own vocabulary in the language and honoring the language of those that paved the way. Please rise for the St. Martin's song. I welcome to the stage Elysian.
Over the world, say where you'd find an island there, so lovely small, with nations free, with people French and Dutch, though talking English much, as they sing Martin in the sea. Oh, sweet St. Martin's land, so bright by beach and strand, with sailors on the sea and harbors free, where the chains of mountains weave, variously in sunlight sheen. I saw them cross the night. May God the Lord protect thy cause. Oh, sweet St. Martin's land, so bright thy beach and strand, with sailors on the sea and harbors free, where the chains of mountains weave, variously in sunlight sheen. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty very nice. Oh, I nature's beauty very nice. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty very nice. Oh, I love my paradise, nature's beauty very
I'd also like to miss moment to recognize the Plants family who are here and whose legacy has been bequeathed to the nation of St. Martin. We give you thanks for holding this place as a sacred place in your heart, in your family's heart, and making it available for the rest of St. Martin to do what we are doing today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge the Plants family, upon whose... Thank you very much. You may all have a seat. My name is... I keep forgetting that. My name is Clara Reyes, just Clara Reyes, not head of the Department of Culture and all those wonderful titles. That I leave to the illustrious Rodney Richardson, who is doing a fantastic job. And so fantastic because this very title, this theme, was his theme. You know, we talk about all the different ways we can find a profound way to reflect on Emancipation Day. And he came up with "Bust the chains and free your," and we left it blank. That interpretation is for you, because over the years we've had all sorts of conversation about the Dutch kingdom enslavement history in St. Martin, and there are a lot of yays and nays and people who connect to it or are totally disconnected, and they live in a space where they say, you know, slavery means nothing to me. I wasn't a slave then, I'm not a slave now. And so it's always a journey of navigating your own personal journey with what this time in our history means. Certainly, it's not the history of the Africans in the Caribbean or throughout the world, for that matter, in the diaspora. It's not the beginning of who we are, and we all acknowledge that. But we also need to acknowledge the cunning, the resilience, the stick-to-itiveness, the perseverance, the strategists, the rebellion spirit that ensured that the people continue to fight for their liberation against injustice, against humankind. You can clap if you feel it's necessary, but it's okay. It's more about reflection. And again, it's your personal story, how you enter into the conversation. And for all of us, you know, the young people that are part of this journey coming here to rehearse, for many of them is their first time stepping on this ground. For many of them is the first time seeing a ruin like this. And over the years, many people have asked me, oh, we need to do a tribute to the enslavement history, you know, put up a wall. And I'm like, guys, look around you. There's many testimonies. I'm so grateful for Lisandro for his very thoughtful approach in bringing your awareness to the connectivity and the continuity of our spirituality, both from the African entry point and to our Christian faith or whatever faith you follow, that there is some connectivity there. And so thank you, Lisandro, for always creating a space of reverence that is very inclusive for any entry point. So for some reason, this celebration feels somewhat more quiet, this reflective place. And one of the songs that we've used in the past that was always high energy was "Bust the Chains." And if you know, this song is a Juve jump up song, you know, like high energy, the guys on the streets. And I don't know if you were ever able to listen to the words. So I've asked the incredible Benjamin Bell and Elysian to give us a new spin on this song. So I didn't listen to it purposefully because I want to experience it with everybody else. So without further ado, please give another round of applause for Elysian as they sing "Bust the Chains."
The voices of the people rise. The cries of freedom fills the skies. No more silence, no more fear. The time for change is drawing near. Black History Month is our liberation of slavery. But we don't care what the critics say, as long as we could enjoy festivals and be free. Said we don't care what the critics say. Like Martin Luther say, I had a dream. We don't care what the critics say.
This is our life and we should let it be seen.
We don't care what the critics say. Freedom,
What we need is immortality.
freedom,
What we need all over.
Freedom.
I hear the people getting loud.
Freedom.
The prison words must run us down.
bust the chain, bust the chain. Freedom, bust the chain, bust the chain. Freedom.
Say we ain't going cotton fields no more, and wear those rusty chains no more. Can't brand my skin with iron no more. Black people rising up for sure. We ain't going cotton fields no more, and wear those rusty chains no more. Can't brand my skin with iron no more. Black people rising up for sure.
Chains, bust the chains. Freedom,
What we need is
bust the chain,
freedom.
bust the chain.
Freedom.
Freedom.
So stop complaining about the loud music in town.
We don't care what the critics say.
We love how the people them just gather round.
We don't care what the critics say.
My people better civil lying behind there's a clown.
We don't care what the critics
So
say.
please don't be ashamed and shout it out loud.
We don't care what the critics say.
Lift your voice, let it ring.
Freedom is a song we sing.
Through every struggle, through every pain, our hope remains.
Freedom,
What we need is immortality.
freedom,
What we need all over. I hear the people getting loud.
Freedom.
No prison race must turn us down.
bust the chain, bust the chain.
Freedom.
Freedom,
Freedom.
bust the chain,
Oh yeah.
bust the chain.
Freedom.
Bust the chain, bust the chain. Freedom,
We gotta bust the chain.
bust the chain,
Freedom.
bust the chain.
Freedom. Say bust those chains.
Bust the chain,
Oh.
bust the chain.
Freedom. We gotta bust the chain.
Bust the chain, bust the chain.
Freedom. Say bust those chains. Yeah.
Bust the chain, bust the chain. Freedom,
Oh.
bust the chain, bust the chain.
Woo! Elysian, we love your take on this song. So there's many a young people that jam to this song. I myself jammed to it from French side to Dutch side, and numerous times. And I said, you know, we're so caught up in the moment of the joyfication and the joy, and that we miss that very subtle story that's being the message that's being said. Sorry. And so hence, like I said, this approach to like rethinking what this freedom journey means to us and how we enter into it. I welcome to the stage a very dedicated and committed young man who told me when he was in the 2nd grade, he started asking questions about St. Martin history. His own motivation, his own hunger for knowledge and wisdom. And he's been steadfastly documenting, unearthing hidden truth about St. Martin, sometime with, cunningly getting drones to access people's property and try to, so they don't draw too much attention. So he's our very own James Bond / Raiders of the Lost Ark, young, dynamic. Put your hands together for none other than Mark Augusti, who is going to give us a story about this location. Yes, that works.
This, okay, working.
It is.
This, or I got this close? Am I good?
You're perfect.
Okay. Well, good morning. Well, everybody, happy Emancipation Day. My name is Jean-Marc Augusti. I work at the St. Martin Museum, and I'm going to give you some history about this plantation. So, we gather here today to commemorate Emancipation Day. We stand on one of the most important historic sites on St. Martin, the Belvedere Plantation. Before I begin sharing the story and history of this plantation, I would like to acknowledge that I cannot take full credit for the information being presented today. Over the years, I have been fortunate to receive assistance from persons who share the same goal, ensuring that the history of St. Martin is preserved, researched, and made known to the public. I am deeply grateful to those who have shared their knowledge, research, documents, photographs, and insight with me. Their contribution have helped me to make this moment possible and have allowed us to better understand and appreciate the history of our island. To all of them, I extend my sincere thanks. Belvedere is among the oldest plantations on the Dutch side of the island, dating back to around 1726. What we see today is just a fraction of its original size. Today, I will give you a summary of its history. Throughout its history, this plantation has been connected to different influential people of the island's past. Former Vice Commander Martin Myers, who authorized the establishment of the village today we know as Phillipsburg, gave permission to cultivate land in Prince Quarter into a plantation which is believed to be this plantation. By the late 1730s, it appeared to have come into the ownership of John Phillips, as records mention him owning 2 plantations in the Oyster Pond Quarter. After his death, it was sold to Commander Abraham Heidegger, who is known for the construction of the St. Peter's Battery. At his death, it went up for sale and again eventually ended up into the ownership of Johannes de Graaf Godet, which might be the same Johannes de Graaf, governor of St. Eustatius, who ordered the first salute to the United States, an event that is celebrating its 250th anniversary this year. There is another section to Belvedere, which is the Bishop Hill Plantation. Located to the west, which is that direction, this is another sugar plantation and is known for having a windmill and a cemetery where enslaved people are buried. This is the only well-documented enslaved cemetery we know on the Dutch side. The cemetery consists of 23 identifiable graves. There may be more burial sites on the island, but they have already been destroyed or yet to be discovered, and they continue to be destroyed at the same time. In the 1800s, both plantations was acquired by the Van Roman family. This included part of the Belle Plaine, which bordered Belvedere on the French side. Following the abolition of slavery on the French side, enslaved people on the Dutch side found it easier to escape to freedom. As a result, the Dutch side slave owners petitioned for emancipation on the Dutch side because the growing number of enslaved escaped was coming increasingly to control. It would become increasingly difficult to control. The governor of the time, Johannes Wilhelm van Roman, it is possible that this emancipation request was drafted at Belvedere. Many enslaved escaped through this plantation using what is believed to have been an old road. It is later known as the Freedom Path. In the late 1880s, it was not allowed to transport goods across this border. To prevent this, guardhouses was constructed near border crossing. Today, we have no more of those border crossing guardhouses. The last one was destroyed around 2018. To get around this restriction, the Van Romans and others would smuggle their goods through the Belvedere plantation and come out through Belle Plaine. In 1919, Governor 𝒕𝒓𝒆🏡 had the government of St. Martin purchase the plantation from the Van Roman family with the intention to use it for agriculture and livestock farming. He purchased the property without the authorization of the governor of Curaçao, who was not pleased, especially since part of the property was situated on the French side of the island. This would lead to Governor 𝒕𝒓𝒆🏡being dismissed by the governor of Curaçao on �𝒓𝒆🏡's own request. Due to the plantation being an unauthorized purchase, it was decided to sell the property. The ruins you see today do not represent the entire plantation. An inventory from 1783 recorded many more structures on this estate. Some have been lost to time, while others may still be hidden or waiting to be rediscovered. If you have noticed, I have not mentioned much of the enslaved stories on this plantation, besides the Freedom Path. This is due to their stories are yet to be uncovered or have been lost to time. The names of these people who once worked on this plantation have been recorded in the inventory list of the plantation. The inventory I mentioned before recorded 135 enslaved people living and working on this plantation. Today we remember Fido, Fortune, Jacob, Sue, Polly, Hagar, Little Phoeba, Old Memba, and many others whose names have survived in the historical record. As we reflect on this history, we should also remember that heritage and progress do not have to stand in opposition to one another. Around the world, communities have found ways to preserve historic sites while embracing modern development. Historic buildings, ruins, landscape, and even old trees can enrich our communities, strengthening our sense to identity and connect us to those who came before us. I will leave you with this quote because this is one of my favorite quotes that I got from my college professor. To take over a place, destroy their culture, their monuments, and their history. Eventually, they will forget who they are.
Thank you. Thank you. Lasana has a poem called The Cubs Are in the Field. So these are our new warriors telling the story of St. Martin with intellect, research, science to back up. At this time, I'd like to also acknowledge, being that we're on this plantation which borders our neighbors from the north, the Department of Culture from the French side with the director, Miss Claudine and her team. Thank you for coming, for sharing with us on this wonderful day of Emancipation. Our next performer is the wonderful group of dancers led by Lucinda Auden. Her team is called Funtopia. The next song is a song dedicated to Miss Lo-K. Put your hand. The author of this song is Ambassador Junior Lion that shared with me this song, and I said, Mr. Lion, we need that song for Emancipation Day. So without further ado, let the music roll. Miss Lo-K by Ambassador Junior Lion.
Massa, you better respect it, okay?
We moving up.
Remember when our ancestors walked the acres and distance, piling up rocks by the road. Everybody on a mission, despite the weather conditions, lifting up such heavy load. Here we come like a million boulders rolling, trampling down in rain or sun. We'd always prevail and you we'd overcome. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. When you see we come down, move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Everything going wrong, down forward. We no regret. We moving up, we moving forward. Make sure happy spread. We moving up, we moving forward. We no regret. We moving up, we moving forward. Make sure happy spread. Pick up yourself, there we go again. Strong, there we go again. Tough, there we go again. Pick up yourself, there we go again. Strong, there we go again. Tough, there we go again. Pick up yourself. Remember great big salt pickers came from the longest distance just to pick salt by the road. Everybody on a mission, despite the weather conditions. Shouldering such heavy load, Lord. Here we come like a billion soldiers marching, coming down in rain or sun. We'd always prevail and you we'd overcome. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. When you see we come down, move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Everything going broke down forward. We no regret. We moving up. We moving forward. Make sure have respect. We moving up. We moving forward. We no regret. We moving up. We moving forward. Make sure have respect. Pick up yourself. There we go again. Strong. There we go again. Tough. There we go again. Pick up yourself. There we go again. Strong. There we go again. Tough. There we go again. Pick up yourself. Today we are proud civilians, jamming acres and distance behind every truck on the road. And pull us out on a mission, despite the weather conditions, making a muck on the road. Here we come like a trillion stampede, trampling all day long in rain or sun. We know we'll prevail even if hell come down. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. When you see we come down, move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Move out the way, let me pass. Everything going broke down forward. We no regret. We moving up. We moving forward. Make sure have respect. We moving up. We moving forward. We no regret. We moving up. We moving forward. Make sure have respect. Pick up yourself. There we go again. Strong. There we go again. Tough. There we go again. Pick up yourself. There we go again. Strong. There we go again. Tough. There we go again. Pick up yourself. We moving up. We moving up.
You know here what a lion declare.
You better respect it, okay?
Thank you, Funtopia. Music and lyrics by Ambassador Junior Lion and choreography by none other by Naomi Warsop. We continue with our poets. I will invite to the stage one of our veterans, Ms. Faiza Tabasamu, who has been a very stable part of our emancipation with her pensive and thought-provoking words that she manages to pen every year to continue to make us to think, and think. Put your hands together for Faiza Tabasamu.
Happy Emancipation Day, everybody. Her sister's keeper. 3, 6, 5. Eyelashes flutter like yard-fowl feathers, snapping holographic metal, heaving in and out the soil. Soul. On cloudless days, you are clothed in the dried mucus of clam cherries, feet cinched together in rust. How did you get there? I thought it was only a spider's tail, those sucking gates to solitary spaces, the calabash to cry in. Yet, she lords over you, breaking your back with the impossible. That was not always so. Up in that valley, the thin turned page is tearing, a rotting galvanized sheet where metallic pockets pull and push generations, a cosmos of wisdom and erasure. Beneath it, pressed into its foundation, the dead rest, enraged. Separated from their wandering voices, a narrative of sinister orders and unheard complaints that nestle on the silk cotton trees, in the classroom bricks, tainting tongues that tussle with the youth who blink a lot less. They are all packed like sardines, the living and the lost cries. On cloudless days, she is a bust of solid salt, hollow, heartless, and haunting, cracking your skull with sarcasm, lips pinching links together, clueless that she has killed her sister. Another silent hologram, going to the valley, a puppet replaying her story. How did we get here?
Thank you, Faiza. We continue with up-and-coming poet, Artem Alsin.
Hello? Okay. Hello, everyone. You could hear me, right? Yes. Okay, great. So my name is Artem, and this is my poem. Okay. Bust the chains and free your mentality. No longer passing down generational traumas, learned behaviors from colonizers who would watch in glee as we colonize ourselves, destroying ourselves as we destroy our surroundings, hoarding trash like wealth, decorating the streets with litter. Imagine how beautiful our home could be if we loved our environment as much as we love Jesus. Bust the chains and free your reality, unleashing ourselves from mental chains that forces us to break ourselves, subconsciously trying to fit into the approval of massa, somehow not realizing some normals should never be normal, like the beating of bodies more vulnerable than you, whipping them into shape instead of loving them into their full capacity. Bust the chains and free yourself from limitations. Break away from what we know and grow into the greatness we can be. Wake up! Bust the chains. Free your mind. Free each other. Free yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Artem. Our next voice is Lorenzo Gomez, who years ago, when I introduced him to an older head, Miss Yaya, some of you may know her, he goes, you know, I said, Yaya, I want you to meet this new poet. And he's like, tell her your name. 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓. She says, bye-bye, who you for? What your name is? He said, Lorenzo Gomez. Oh, so your mother married to this one who lived across the road from this one, you were born on this day, and your family run this. She read him from the A to the Z, his entire history. So, I'm going to invite Lorenzo 𝒚𝒐𝒖𝒓 Gomez to the stage.
Morning. Them say we free from shackles. Big party on how we bust the chains. But tell me, what's freedom? When we live in a system designed to mess with our brain. Trading the physical whip for debts. Locked in a modern day trap that they won't let you forget. While you think you're moving, assuming you're big and grand, but you still at least hold on your own land. Look at all the masses. Look at how they just bleed. Chasing ghosts of glories, but never watering the seeds. Freedom. But are you freed, dumb? Walking in the dark, waiting for light to come? Freedom. But are you freed? Dumb. Wake up the sleeping. More slaves dancing to drums. You see, the ancient maps, they just track the lineage. And our relationships, they just chart the course. Fill full with power by reconnecting with the source. Why waste time begging at the gates for crumbs? Tick-tock, tick. The revolution of your mind has begun. Transition is absolute. Only forward we could move. Ancestors had rhythm that your blood could never lose. Don't allow yourself to stand stagnant, because this is for all of we, from poverty to property. But are you really free? Freedom. But are you freed? Dumb. Walking in the darkness waiting for light to come? Freedom. But are you freed? Dumb. Wake up the sleeping. More slaves dancing to drums. The history books that I read this from was written in blood. Hurricanes try to wash away the truth with floods. You ain't tired of profiting off or lying to the youth? You ain't know that time is the revealer and that time will show the truth? What is to be shall be, and the chapters all have numbers. But we can still fill in the pages with our own stories, because the ink is our hands now. Freedom! But are you freed? Dumb. Walking in darkness, waiting for light to come? Freedom! But are you freed? Dumb. Wake up the sleeping. More slaves dancing to drums. Morning and happy Emancipation Day.
Our next performer has a gargantuan voice that starts in the bottom of her belly and just comes echo up all the way out to her vocal cords and resonates. Her song is called Ubuntu. We are not. I am because we are. Her name is Lady Baker. Please give her a warm, warm welcome as she reminds us of what keeps us together.
Ubuntu, 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 Ubuntu.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Ubuntu, Ubuntu. From the soil of the motherland came a message we must understand. No man standing alone, every heart is tied to hope. When one fall, we lift him high. No question asked, no asking why. Your joy is mine, your pain is true. That's the spirit of Ubuntu. We rise together, now and forever. One heart, one view. Me and you, stronger as one. Until the work is done, feel the truth. Ubuntu, Ubuntu.
about the color of skin, not about the loss or win. If your brother can't find bread, share your portion, ease his head. If your sister lose her way, guide her gently back today. We don't leave no one behind. That's the Ubuntu state of mind. We rise together, now and forever. One heart, one view. Me and you, stronger as one. Until the work is done, feel the truth. Ubuntu, Ubuntu. On every street, now we're like strangers that never meet. Doors stay locked, there's no more trust. Smile fade away in fear and fuss. Friendly islands, what we lose. Brother turn against brother's views. But if we reach across that divide, Ubuntu could bring back that pride. Ubuntu. We rise together, now and forever. One heart, one view. Me and you, stronger as one. Until the work is done, feel the truth. Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Bring back Ubuntu. Ubuntu.
Once more. Give her a big round of applause. At this time, I invite to the stage the wonderful minister of the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport, our young, dynamic freedom fighter, Melissa Gums.
Thank you, Clara. Good morning, family. Good morning, St. Martin. We gathered today at a sacred site, the Belvedere Plantation, where once our ancestors worked sugar factories, where others worked in the main house, whose ruins we see just there, where mothers comforted each other in the dark, their children separated from their hip by circumstance and economics. This July 1st, we sit where they sat, we walk where they toiled, and our energy joins theirs as we mark Emancipation Day under the theme, Bust the Chain and Free Your blank. I know this theme may have raised some questions. The first part is straightforward. Actual chains were broken on Emancipation Day. Shackles fell from wrists and feet. Bodies that had been kidnapped and sold were by law no longer property of another human being. But then the theme continues. We don't stop at the physical chains that once bound limbs. We chose to ask a harder question. Bust the chain and free your what? It is our invitation to the people, to you, to decide what freedom, what emancipation means to you, and what it should mean to us. Will we free our minds, our voices? Will we free our vision of who we are and what we, and by extension, generations after us, are permitted to become? I ask these questions because our ancestors understood something that many struggle with today, that a person can be legally free and still be captive, that they can still be told in 1,000 quiet ways what they cannot do, cannot say, and cannot dream. All of it stemming from what those same ancestors experienced right here on these grounds. And so much of it continued and held up by many who have stood where I stand today, many who have sat in the same building I sit in every day. Audre Lorde says, master's tools will never dismantle master's house. But do we know what master's tools are? Do we know who master is? Because it's not just whips and chains that held the persons we honor today as captives. Oppression is never accomplished through physical acts alone. It requires an entire ecosystem around it, one rooted in the corruption of community, in the othering of people, in the promotion of the self over the whole. Each time we fall victim to the support systems of colonialism, each time we excuse our shortcomings and refuse to be better, each time we choose self over community, we are still building inside of master's house. Real freedom asks us to pick up our own tools, our own stories, our own plans for what St. Martin becomes, not what any investor demands. I am my ancestors' wildest dream is a quote I have always admired, and one that I want us all to consider each and every day that we decide to actually commit ourselves to our country's healing. Notice I didn't say growth. We have grown, some would argue, way beyond what we can hold. But healing, improvement, is what we need now. And while she is not the originator of this quote, I believe Maya Angelou embodied it best when she wrote about rising, of being the dream and the hope of those who came before her. The dream they could not yet touch, but one they held within them, where no whip could reach. When imagination was the only freedom they had, we are what they imagined. It is what we have inherited. What does this inheritance, this birthright, ask of us today? It asks that we finish the work of nation building, not just the buildings, the roads, the harbor, although we need those too. It asks us to build schools that teach our children their own history first, that allow them to learn as children do, by letting them dream and dream big as our ancestors once did, right here on this land. It asks that we build an economy that is dynamic, innovative, and not reliant on the same old sea, sun, and sand, one that taps into our diaspora and helps them build a country that housed, clothed, and fed them before sending them into the world. It asks that we say no to exploitation disguised as opportunity, to invasion disguised as investment, and to forces, both foreign and domestic, that only threaten disharmony among us, locally and regionally. It demands that we build a community that is confident enough to define beauty, success, and leadership on our own terms, with our own hands. Because emancipation was never meant to be remembered as a date. It was meant to become a way of living. A choice we make every day to reject division, to reject complacency, to reject mediocrity, to reject the belief that someone else will build this country for us. Our ancestors broke chains they did not choose. The chains before us are different. They are fear, cynicism, corruption, hatred, keyboard warriors, motions of no confidence, small-mindedness, the belief that St. Martin cannot become more than it is today. Those are the chains only we can break. So today, as we honor those who came before us, let us also make a promise to those who will come after us, that we will leave them a country stronger than the one we inherited, a country that remembers where it came from, knows who it is, and refuses to let any bad actors, foreign or domestic, decide where it is going. May we honor our ancestors not only with our words today, but with the choices we make tomorrow. Because the greatest tribute we can offer them is not simply remembering their struggle, but continuing their work. So today I leave you with the same question we began with. Bust the chain and free your what? Whatever your answer is, make sure you live it each and every day. Happy Emancipation Day, St. Martin. May we continue to rise together.
Minister, thank you for those profound words that inspire thought. That blank is all of ours to fill. we continue with our next official speech from the Prime Minister of St. Martin, Dr. Luc Mercelina.
Yes, thank you. Honored and esteemed guests, our people, dear people of St. Martin, good morning. As protocol has already been established, I think we just can proceed with the following. Today we gather on a historic ground to commemorate Emancipation Day and to mark, as I said, 163 years since the abolition of slavery in the Dutch kingdom. We gather not only to remember a date in history, but to honor a people, actually honor our people. We honor the men, the women, and children whose lives were marked by hardship, whose freedom was denied, and whose humanity was too often disregarded. Yet, despite every attempt to break their spirit, they endured, they persevered, and they survived. And because they survived, we are here today. The story of emancipation is not merely a chapter in a history book. It is the foundation of who we are as a people. It lives in our culture, in our tradition, in our resilience, our faith, and in the determination that has carried generations of St. Martin through every challenge. As we stand here at Belvedere Plantation, one of the most significant historical sites on our island, we are reminded that history is not something distant. It surrounds us. It speaks to us. It calls upon us to remember, to learn, and to ensure that the sacrifices of our ancestors are never forgotten. This year's theme, as has many times already been said, bust the chain and free. I think it should be free your mind. Invites us to reflect not only on the chains that were broken in 1863, but also on the chains that may still exist today. The chains of inequality, the chains of prejudice and discrimination, the chains of hopelessness and division, the chains that prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. The chains that were broken in 1863 were made of iron. The chains we must break today are often invisible, but they are not less real. True emancipation is not simply about the freedom that was granted. It's about the opportunities we create ourselves. It's about ensuring that every child has access to quality education, that every family has a chance to prosper, that every citizen is treated with dignity, and that every person can contribute meaningfully to the development of our St. Martin. Our ancestors dreamed of a future they would never see. They labored, they struggled, and sacrificed so that the future generation could live with greater freedom and opportunity. The question before us today is very simple. What are we doing with the freedom they fought to secure? Are we building stronger communities? Are we lifting each other up? Are we preserving our culture and heritage? Are we creating opportunities for our youth? Are we leaving behind a better St. Martin than the one we inherited? These are the questions that an Emancipation Day asks of every generation. As Prime Minister, I firmly believe that the greatest tribute we can pay to those who came before us is to continue building a country where opportunity is not reserved for a few, but accessible to all. A country where diversity is celebrated, where inclusion is practiced, and where every person feels they belong. To our young people, gathered here today, I encourage you to learn your history and take pride in your heritage. Understand that you are the descendant of resilient people who overcome extraordinary adversity. Their strength follows through you. Their courage lives within you. Their legacy is now yours to carry forward. And to all of us, let this day serve as a reminder that freedom is never passive. It requires responsibility. It requires unity. It requires a commitment to justice, respect, and compassion for one another. Today we honor the memory of those who endured slavery. We celebrate the strength of those who overcame it. And we recommit ourselves to building a future worthy of their sacrifice. Let us continue to break every chain that divides us. Let us continue to free ourselves from the barriers that limit us. And let us move forward together as we remain united in purpose, proud of our history, and confident in our future. May the spirit of emancipation continue to inspire our nation. May we never forget the lessons of our past, and may God continue to bless the people and country of St. Martin. Thank you very much, and a happy Emancipation Day.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you so very much. We continue on with a performance once again by Elysium, Benjamin Bell, Melissa, and why am I forgetting him for a lot? Have mercy. Don't call people names, you're going to forget them. Shanella. Please welcome them to the stage once more time as they bless us with their amazing vocal abilities and renditions of song. The dancers behind them are Naomi Wartsup and Cairo. This piece has been choreographed as a duo by both of the dancers.
So this song is also original. It's called Freedom. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Free, 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 freedom, free, 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 freedom, free, 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 freedom, free, 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 freedom, free, free. I am free, free from this slavery. Free, free, free. I am free, free from this slavery.
Like Daniel in the lion's den,
I am free from this slavery.
like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I am
free from this slavery.
Say freedom, free,
free. I am free, free from this slavery. Free, free, free. I am free, free from this slavery.
like Samson when the pillars fell. I am
free from this slavery.
Like Paul and Silas at the jail. I am
free from this slavery.
So free, freedom set
free, free. I am free.
like Israel when they crossed the Red Sea. I am free from this slavery. And those Israelites, when Moses said, let my people go. Freedom, freedom, so free. I am free, free, free from this slavery. Freedom, freedom, free, free. I am free, free from this slavery. Free, free from this slavery. Free from this slavery. Free from this slavery. Freedom!
The voices of Benjamin, Shanella, and Melissa, they make up Elysium. Our final speech for this morning is none other than the President of Parliament, the Honorable Sarah Buscott Williams. Please give her a warm applause.
The final speech after such beautiful renditions and such beautiful recollections of this day. Hashtag grounded is my personal response to the call about individual reflection on this day in our history. Grounded. Not grounded on an electrical mat, as many of the advertisements today state, but grounded on this soil, on this ground. Dignitaries, family, friends, today we gather to commemorate one of the most defining moments in our history, the abolition of slavery. And today we honor those whose freedom was denied, whose dignity endured despite unimaginable hardships, and whose resilience, but whose resilience laid the foundation upon which we stand today. So many before have spoken about the fact that emancipation is more and should be viewed as more than just an event in our history. Because for St. Martin, emancipation represented the beginning of an ongoing journey, and we're still in that journey and on that journey today. It has been a journey towards opportunity, justice, self-determination, and nation building. And every generation has faced its own defining moment. Our foreparents survived slavery. Those who came after had to rebuild families, re-establish communities, and take care of livelihoods. Others fought for universal suffrage, the right to vote, and select and elect those persons to represent us. Others fought for better education, stronger institutions, and ultimately a constitutional status for our country. Each generation, every act added another stone to the foundation upon which we now stand today. So yes, in first instance, honor our ancestors. Because today, we face different challenges, and many of them. We might not wear chains, but these challenges test us nevertheless. Economic uncertainty, social division, the pressures of globalization for such a small country like ours, climate change, not to forget technology, and the responsibility of governing ourselves. All of these require courage, wisdom, and the resilience upon which we are building. Fortunately, however we look at it, resilience has always been part of who we are, time and time again, because our history teaches us perseverance, our diversity teaches us acceptance, and our smallness should teach us ingenuity. Our shared experiences teach us compassion, a compassion we should hold on to beyond the experiences. But these qualities are also what must guide us into the future. So as we do so, let us also recognize and respect the traditional St. Martin, the families whose roots run deep in this soil. And you have realized I paused as I continue. Who preserved our heritage, our language and customs through generations. Let us also embrace the new St. Martin, those who have chosen this island as their home and who now should contribute to its future. Because our strength has never been found in choosing one over the other. It has always been found in building one community from many stories. And perhaps that too is a form of emancipation, the freedom to preserve our identity while welcoming others. The freedom to honor our past without becoming imprisoned by it, and the freedom to build a future worthy of those who came before us. May we continue to draw strength from our ancestors, inspiration from our past leaders, and confidence from the resilience that has carried St. Martin through every defining moment. And may future generations look back on us as the generation that used its freedom wisely. Let us begin by establishing, and this is the promise, by establishing such simple yet meaningful and defining attributes, namely our national tree to be officially established, the flamboyant tree, the July tree, the tree of freedom. Let us establish the St. Martin dialect as a language that we honor and respect. Are these promises too much to give to our ancestors? I thank you. Happy Emancipation Day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Ms. Sarah Westcott-Williams, President of Parliament. Before I continue to our final segment, we have two items left on this program. One is a guided tour with Jean-Marc, and we'll have to divide you in two groups so you can get another tour through the plantation. And the one is the Panam dance. So I will ask the musicians to make themselves ready for the Panam dance. I'd like to invite on the stage right now, it says closing remark, but I'm going to do it now. Rodney Richardson, Lourdes Wilson, her mouth open so big. Daphne and Kurt Kadikoff, Daphne Thomas and Kurt Kadikoff. Are you please come forward? And the reason I do this, where's Miss Daphne and where's Mr. Kadikoff? I don't need you on the sound to press the button because the musician going to go live. Where's Daphne Thomas? Because recently I kind of announced I was, retiring and people lost their minds. What going to happen to the Matno culture? This is happening to the Department of Culture. This man. So I am very free to leave knowing that the Department of Culture is in great hands. I'm very free to leave because this is my moral compass in the department. I couldn't do naked dancers. He would remind me, no, Clara, government don't do naked dancers. For real. What can we come out of the earth with clay on our bodies and climb to the trees? No, Clara, that's government. We don't do that. The knowledge of government, I remember Mr. Duzanzon. This is my Mr. Duzanzon. This man knows everything. If you didn't know it now. He knows government, the apparatus, the branding, everything that I need to know. I couldn't have done it without him. To my right, this lady, any ordinance, She will Google the heck out of it till she knows everything about it. 𝒂𝒄𝒉. He will correct all of my letters. And everything else. I'll call him at midnight and he'll be there. So I am not worried because I know this Department of Culture is in great hands. They are dedicated, they are committed, they are equally, valiant for St. Martin's story. And Rodney always, and we always quote him, he said, people always say they love St. Martin, but he said we need to say we love St. Martin people. And there's a huge difference in that sentence. So my team, I came in on Emancipation Day 2018, and I leave Oyo on Emancipation Day 2026. I know I'm going to be back, however they need me, but I stop harassing them, trust them. I trust them completely in their ability to manage this department into greater heights, okay? If we can't leave, others take over, we're in trouble, and they're doing this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we got to fix the budget because we started off with 7 people and now we're down to 4. All right, we're struggling. They're struggling. Oh, we getting it? Good. All right. Huge. You got witnesses. We say we're getting a big budget. Big and huge. Because I know there's vision for this plantation. There's Heritage Center. Plants family, remind them. I know you release it to them, but you got to ensure. All right, so the Panam dance is very simple, It is that pivotal movement, is the embodiment of how people felt on Emancipation Day. And my staff, my dancers will tell you they have 101 different versions of the Panam dance because I want to keep it fresh every time. So it doesn't become, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On that day, it was like a Juve jump up, a combustion of energy, stomping the ground, dirt rising, people running through the street with flamboyant trees, and all them using their body to proclaim their dominion over themselves. So I made a dance willfully simple or less complex so y'all can join us. So with these amazing drummers, Suleiman Cobra Kamara from Guinea-Conakry, teacher Sammy from the wonderful land of Guadeloupe, and most importantly, Elie, the Sage Award winner, but instrumental in keeping the Panam dance rhythm alive since 1989, when it was first introduced to St. Martin by a wonderful dancer called Carolyn Jenkins, because she was the first one to do the research. I just added on to that original research. So know these names well. Elie Kokilias, Carolyn Jenkins. These are all the people that first unearthed it through Lassana Sekou and then continue with myself. So, you come, because we're going to dance together. I'm going to teach you 3 steps. Come, people, come. It ain't going to be had. Oh, Lordy. See, I get all excited. Before we go there, this is the winner of Where Culture Lives, a poetry festival that was organized by 𝒉𝒐𝒕𝒉𝒆𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈 through her organization, The Lemonade, where they did cultural mapping. And so this was the winner, and she just came back from Holland yesterday, and she's here today, and she will do her poem first. Yes. She would like you to drum as she speaks. Doucement, s'il vous plaît. All right. Cairo is her artist name.
Flame. It's on? Oh, hello. Inside my veins is a hidden flame. Me, I carry no name. Kindred spirit burning inside my soul, aching to be bred. Backlash ignited, a wrecking of my beacon. Like my back ain't had enough breaking from all day picking. Sweet salt, sweet salt. got me stacking mountains upon mountains, a complete reflection of my unjust. We bend, we back, and we pick the salt till we fingers burn. A constant cycle of agony turned industry. Swaliga, land of salt. Is that all they make us out to be? From the morning to the night, they got we picking with all we might. As if me got rights. Is this the reality? Well, I release every part of me they say I be. Until I free, I cannot be. To them no friend, only enemy. For my strength runs deep and way beyond, tied to the energies my ancestors bound. Breaking dawn as upon bird songs echoes. Echoes. Echoes of what was, still waters buried deep. The fear, the tears, the feelings of despair, the rumbling sounds that I am now aware. As it's a rise of a new nation, so they better beware. Cause when I think of a land that's free, it's not the red, white, and blue that may be, you see, but it's we people jumping up, back breaking, foot and leg cock up, vibrations flowing through the soil, disrupting the still under the bright moonlight, setting ground ablaze from the flames that were held captive. Our bodies steam and boil, reclaiming the red, no more bloodshed, free from white, salt side strike, no more blues. I be been a hear 'em long time, but massa been a hide 'em. The voices of my brothers and sisters expel in harmony, togetherness, and unity as movement flows through their veins with a oneness, as if we all birth in the same womb. The naturalities, the synergy, the radicalities, and the brisk of it all. Brim, shoot, panam. Don't you worry, for strength abides, grounded and rooted, flamboyant me. My soil ties, soul becomes land, transactions void, so let them hide. Cause me ain't gonna shy away, my land is my pride, won't let them divide. Fractals of my soul, withdrawn from my bowl, a byproduct of my suffering, broken but not bound. Petals cushion the ground like bed flowing red, a tipping vase we fall, harmonies and hues of red, sacred grounds, the ocean bed, release into the sea, the womb where I once be, reflection, reclamation, and memory. Ocean roars, our greatest feat, where the red meets the sea, then watch me be, born again in memory, the unconscious that can never be erased, for we are the land, the water, and the memory. Walichi, land of brave women, the matriarchy.
Where Rudy? Teacher Rudy, you can't hide. I know you're trying to hide. All right. Learn the song with me. Oh, poor slave. Oh, slave. Oh, poor slave. I begot emancipation. I've been working for a long, long time, right on this island. I've been working for a long, long time. The master been a hider. Oh, you sound kind of gleeful, you know. You got me vexed. I've been working for a long, long time, right on this island. Anarchy. I've been working for a long, long time. The buckra been a hide 'em. Oh, slave, oh, slave, oh, slave. I begot emancipation. Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Done! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Done! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Done! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Walk free! Done! That concludes our wonderful, reverence-filled, emotionally charged, intellectually challenged, reflective rich Emancipation Day reflection. Thank you all for coming out this morning in memory of ancestors that walked these areas, that toiled these areas. At this point, tent 1 over there, dare do the first tour. Tent 2, I guess you can go get some snacks in the meantime. And we ask Mr. 𝒚𝒂𝒄𝒉 to come forward. And for those of you who are interested in learning more about this plantation, follow him on a walking tour. And thank you once again for coming out. Thank the Department of Culture team, MECYS, and everybody, Sound 2000, the security team that's here today, and everyone that woke up early, not 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, my normal tradition, to be here. Thank you all.